Would you like to radically increase your confidence, your self-esteem, and what I call OMOS? Stands for on my own side. It's being on your own side. Being on your own side means you don't turn on yourself, you don't attack yourself, you don't criticize yourself, you treat yourself with compassion, with respect, with dignity, and then that breeds a healthier sense of self-esteem and confidence, which then goes out and impacts everything in your life. So a big part of the work I do with clients is helping them radically increase being on their own side, or this silly little acronym called OMOS, OMOS. So there are 3 questions that you can ask yourself that will increase you being on your own side, and as a result, an immediate result, radically improve how you feel, your confidence, your energy, your assertiveness, and just the quality of your life. The first thing to ask yourself, that I guess this is one of the, I'm not even counting this as one of the 3 questions because this is such a baseline question, but we'll start. So maybe it's technically 4 questions. The first question is, am I being on my own side right now? That's a powerful question to ask yourself. Am I being on my own side right now? And, find out, is it a yes or is it a no? And just take a moment to really pause and ask. Even just asking that will start to break the hypnosis. You get into the daily insanity of like, I'm not doing that good enough, and I'm a bad person, and now I feel guilty, and oh, they're not going to like me, and oh, I need their approval, and I'm a nobody. And then you say, wait a minute, am I being on my own side right now? No. And now you have something to work with. Now you can ask the other questions. The next question is, how can I take care of myself? Really basic question, but ask it and let your answers come to you. How can I take care of myself right now? You take a breath and you slow down, you pause what you're doing. Like, whoa, I'm not being on my own side at all. Oh, okay, all right. How can I take care of myself right now? And then you'll see, maybe the answer is, well, I can stop criticizing myself. Maybe the answer is, I can take a break. I've just been grinding away at this and not breathing at my computer for 5 hours. Like, maybe I need to get up and move around. You know what I can do? I can eat something that's going to nourish me right now, right? You can ask that question. If you notice this, like, oh, I got to go, drown myself in some cookies. You can say, wait a minute, how can I take care of myself right now? And the answer is, you know what? Those cookies are not going to feel good for me right now. Let me call a friend, right? So how can I take care of myself? The next question to ask yourself is, what would I say to a friend? Whatever the situation is, you're being hard on yourself, you're being anxious, you're being critical. What would I say to a friend? Because 9.9 times out of 10, you're telling yourself like terrible, mean, awful things. Like, you're going to fail, and then you're going to get fired, and then no one's ever going to hire you again, and you're going to die alone in a gutter, and everybody hates you, and you're just like, oh, I don't know why I feel so anxious, right? And just imagine if you were saying that to a friend, like, how messed up is that? How long would they be your friend? Right? It's like, okay, what would I say to a friend? What would I say to a loved one? What would I say to a child? What would I say to someone? What would I say to someone I truly care about and love? And then you practice this. And at first it's weird. At least it was for me. It was like, well, I guess I would say, hey man, you got a lot on your plate. You're doing a lot. You're doing great. It's okay. It's really not even that big of a deal that you made that mistake. Right? It's a reassuring thing. And I remember the very first time I did it in a journal because it was like so weird to like say that out loud to myself. Just felt like, this is some weird, I'm a psycho talking to myself. This is way back before I got way more into personal growth. Now I'm crazy all the time. I just talk to myself all day long in my office by myself. What was that? Anyway. Okay. So am I on my own side right now? How can I take care of myself? And what would I say to a friend? Bonus question to ask yourself, a little bit of a variation of question number 2 there is, what do I need right now? And this question comes from, I've raised a lot of young beings, me and my wife, I should say, not just me by myself. So we have 2 children who are now 6 and 8, and we have 2 dogs now. Earlier, we actually raised 2 other puppies and then ended up rehoming them. So I've had the opportunity to raise 4 dogs from puppyhood, but we have 2 now. And so that's a lot of beings. That's 6 little beings. And basically what you're asking yourself with a little being, whether it's a baby or a puppy, everything for a baby or a puppy is kind of urgent, right? The baby's like, "Rah, rah, rah," and you're like, okay, what does this baby need right now? And we got one of our dogs is a puppy right now, and we call her the puppy alarm because at like 5 a.m. she's like, "Meow," like banging the crate. She needs to go pee. She needs to go poop. She's been asleep all night, and but it's like, I need to go right now. Right? There's this urgency to her, and it's just kind of, the dog's whimpering, the kid's crying. You ask yourself, like, what do they need right now? Sometimes it's really obvious, like, oh, she needs to go pee. Sometimes you're like, okay, she's peed, she's had water. Like, same thing with the kid, the baby. It's like, okay, does he have gas? Is he hungry? He just ate. Okay, does he need to do this? I was like, what, does he need to be held in this other way? Like, what do you need? And you are taking care of that being. And so you're asking yourself, what do they need right now? Now, as they get older, you might be able to ask them, like, what do you need right now? You seem like you're upset or something. Like, but early on, you're just trying to figure it out. And that's how you can be with yourself. What do I need right now? What do I need? And just asking that question starts to break the pattern of attacking yourself. So share down below, which of these questions are you going to practice? What are you finding most valuable from this? And until we speak again, may you have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're awesome. Talk to you soon.